So here we have a sequence problem where we're given the first two terms of a sequence, and then we're given this rule, and then the question is asking us to find the sum of the first 99 terms. Now the key thing to recognize is that whenever you're asked to find the sum of the first 99 terms or the 1000th term in a sequence, there has to be some sort of a pattern. You would not be asked to find every single term. That would not be a good question. So the key step is to first establish that pattern. And so before I get into it, I just want to clarify some of the terminology here. Here, A1, A2, A3 represent the first, second, third, and AN is the nth term. And then we're told that the first term is -2, and the second term is 4. And then we're given this rule that's true for n greater than or equal to 3, meaning from third term onwards. And that tells us that the current term, or the nth term, is equal to the prior term divided by the one prior to that. So we can use that to find the third term, meaning if n is 3, A3 would be A2 over A1. And here A2 is 4, A1 is -2, so that gives me -2 again. Now A4, using the same rule, if I replace n with 4, would be A3 over A2. A3 we just found was -2, and A2 is 4, so that's -half. So I'm actually going to write the terms here in the corner here, so we know when we start to see a pattern. So -2, 4, -2, -half. So we have to keep doing it until we see some kind of a pattern. A5 is equal to A4 over A3. A4 is -half, and A3 is -2, so this is 1/4, because the negatives cancel. Now in this problem, of course, you have to be careful with these negative signs and the fractions, which does make it somewhat confusing. A6 is A5 over A4. A5 is 1/4. A4 is -half, so that becomes a -half. So that's -half. So far we don't really see a pattern. I mean, we see that the -2 is repeating, but those two are different. So we have to keep going. And that's what makes this problem hard, is that you have to go quite a bit far out to see the pattern. A6 over A5. A6 is -half. A5 is 1/4. So this is -2. So it looks like we might be getting back to that, but let's see. A8 is A7 over A6. A7 is -2, and A6 is -half. So that becomes 4, because you'd multiply it by 2 over -1. And then A9 would be 4 divided by -2, kind of similar to that, would be -2. So we'll start to repeat that pattern. So basically the chunk that keeps repeating is this piece here. It's the 6 terms. And so let me just rewrite that here. So this is my repeating block. And then it just replicates itself forever. Now the question is, what's the sum of the first 99 terms? So first we'll find out how many of these repeating blocks, complete blocks, are there in 99. So I'll divide 99 by 6. So I have 16 complete blocks, and then I have 3 more terms. So that would be the 97, 98, 99. So if the question was, what is the 99th term? Well, that would just be -2. And you can use the same approach if they ask you the 200th term or 150th term. But here, to find the sum, we first find the sum of this block. So we have -2 plus -2 is -4 and 4, so that becomes 0, that chunk. -half and -half is -1. And I have to add a quarter to that, so this is -3/4. So the sum of 16 of these blocks would be 16 times -3/4, which is -12. And then I have to add the sum of the 3 terms, the first 3 terms of the block, because this would be the 97th, 98th, and 99th. And you will see that sum is 0. So the sum of the 99th term is -12 plus 0, which is still -12. So the answer is choice B.